Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Brad and I are doing a discussion over Dinosaur World. This was the secondary game that Pandasaurus made, cashing in on the success of Dinosaur Island. And we had previously played Dinosaur Island, like literally before this one, to kind of reintroduce the game so many years later. And I can't remember when this one came out. It was
maybe 3-4 years after.
2021. So this was 4 years later, or 4 years ago, and 4 years after Dinosaur Island came out. And it was weird because whenever this one was introduced, I feel like a lot of people were like, really?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Like, Dinosaur World, okay. No one really likes the Jurassic World movies, so what the hell are you doing? And I remember whenever I had first played, and I have reviewed this in the past, so this is kind of a re-review, I felt that I was like, is this better than Dinosaur Island? Back then, because Dinosaur Island was previously a 10, and how does this compare to that? Brad, what do you think? What do you think about Dinosaur World?
Well, this was new to me. You know, we learned it and we played it and everything like that, and it actually was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I came in with pretty low expectations just because I like Dinosaur Island quite a bit and stuff, and I wasn't really sure like how the Jeep moving around kind of stuff did, and I still don't even understand like what that does. I mean,
the boredom,
because it's like I was just going through them and I had 3 boredom on some of them, and
well, you should be losing boredom, or not boredom. Sorry, you should be losing excitement.
Oh, okay.
For visiting the same places over and over, because it's 0 minus 3 is -3, so you lose excitement if you backtrack to places.
Gotcha.
So if what I'm saying is you actually don't have as high of excitement, that means you don't have as much money. No, so you're penalized for going to the same places over and over. Really, only in the aspect of you're not getting excitement, and therefore you're not getting as steady of an income.
Right. Yeah, because So, I feel like, there's some similarities. The threat and the security is all the same.
Yep.
It's interesting being able to lay out and create your own, because you were so limited in Dinosaur Island to just that board and placing stuff in that grid.
Yep.
This one you can kind of just spread out, and then at mid game you go out here and you can start building off your entrance.
They did a really cool thing with that, where it's like the stuff that's at the very beginning, it's like people aren't as excited about, but so then you get to go to the stuff you built further out. So you're not like, well, I can't get my Jeep level up, so I only get to hit those areas once or twice, and it's like, nope, halfway through the game you get to hit the new stuff.
Right.
I also feel, because whenever I first played this, I was like, okay, it's pretty similar to Dinosaur Island, or I felt this was a lot easier to jump into if you had played Dinosaur Island. We literally have played them back to back, and while Dinosaur Island is still great, I actually think I like this more than Dinosaur Island, having just played them one after the other, because it does a few things for me. It does a more interesting aspect of the worker placement, of the unique colors actually mattering where they go. I like the micro level of your theme park. One, it has art on each one, so it's not just some like pulled out view where you're really just, your source of income is how many people you can attract drawn from a patron bag, and moving around. Like, we were talking more about like our thematic elements of our theme park than we just did with Dinosaur Island, where it was like, I don't know, I have 2 herbivores. It's like here, it's like, I only have a Stegosaurus and Triceratops and a Velociraptor, but here's more Tyrannosaurus Rexes, but you're actually kind of visiting them. So it feels like a more thematic experience. I also think you have a lot more player agency whenever you're doing stuff. You can actively go out and get money if you visit your restaurant that takes up one of your very limited Jeep spots. but you kind of get to design the route to help you for the next round, and it's a fixed number of rounds.
Right. Well, and I was going to say that I think my favorite difference with this from Dinosaur Island is the cards at the beginning of the round.
The worker
where
database.
you draft and you get to pick what color workers you're getting.
Yep.
At the start of the round. That was one of the things that was nice because, you know, I always tried to get a yellow so I can do some of my security stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, and there's a power. It seems to be a power spot for each color.
Yes.
Except for white.
It gives, white's kind of your generic ones that can go to pretty much anywhere in your own like private actions, but then all the actual tiles are hyper specific to certain ones, and it's very simple. They're just extremely color coded, but you can kind of set those workers off to the side because you're like, this is the route I'm taking. This is who I'm gonna need, and then it like I like the simplicity of not having to upgrade your paddocks, like your tiles. It's like each tile can hold up to 4, but then you could see on it, okay, this is the generic ones I need, but to create a third one, I need this many, but that's going to bump up your threat. One thing I think is kind of weird, though, is based off the rules, when you go and visit a tile that has multiple...
you think you'd roll a dice.
Yeah, you think you'd roll a dice like per dinosaur that's in there, but unless I'm completely missing it...
Because you'd think it'd be more of a threat, having more...
Yeah, there's more in there, but it just says when you activate a dino paddock, you must make a danger roll to see... Danger roll! If you see any accidents happen. Yeah, and roll it once, even if multiple dinos are present, only roll 1 die.
Interesting.
So that's kind of weird, but it's... I remember you saying whenever I was teaching you this game, you were like, this seems like it's going to be more convoluted. Do you still think that?
No. Just looking at it, there's a lot of icons on here that is different, you know, and stuff, and that's what I was kind of picturing.
Right.
But no, it wasn't.
It does.
Once you start playing it.
I can see why it would, though, because it's like, oh, now there's different colored workers. Great. Right. All those workers do something different. Oh, now there's all the... It's like, well, yeah, you don't have specialists anymore, which those specialists are kind of cool. I love the fact that there's no limit to your DNA, where you don't have to worry about increasing it. You can just, ebb and flow. It feels like they made it a lot easier to create dinosaurs. You don't have to work as hard.
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know what your T-Rexes were, but my Giganosaurus took 5 up here, but my first 3 spots didn't have an extra payment.
Oh, wow.
So it was just, I just had to pay those 5 each time.
5, yeah. Mine was 4, and then if first spot didn't cost 1, then it cost another, and it cost 2, then 2.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that... And, I mean, just from an aesthetic point of view, all the dinosaurs are screen printed. I know some people probably don't care with Dinosaur Island having the pink, where it's like, whatever, just put them in there. But if you do care, if you want to get into the theme, even on the back of the rulebook, it tells you which ones they are, so you can find the ones that you need. And then for all the different for the different packs, the water pack, hybrid pack, and ice pack, they also already have it on the base rulebook. So yeah, I think that it's really cool that instead of just having dinosaurs and then kind of generic attractions where either they give you points or money, here all the special buildings are unique and individual. And like there was times where I was really trying to counteract my threat that I was like, man, do I go for that phone booth? Because if I go to the phone booth, I can give up one excitement for a point or 4 excitement for 4 points. I don't know. So yeah, it just really kind of gives you a more dinosaur park feel, which is weird because I feel like Dinosaur Island captured that theme really well. Are there any negatives or things about this that you didn't like compared to Dinosaur Island?
Not really particularly. I mean, there's just as many things. Like, this is almost an equal comparison to the other one, where there's things that I like about Dinosaur Island. There's just many things I like about this, and everything. So, which is a surprise for me because I didn't want to have anything to do with this game when it came out because I was just like, it doesn't make You know, and then any of the podcasts I listen to wholeheartedly think that the first one, Island, is better. Because they didn't like the whole Jeep stuff, but
I'm 100% convinced that they didn't play Dinosaur Island in years.
but playing it now, you know, it makes sense and stuff like that. So, so
I like it. Because I always like spatial awareness games. Like, it's kind of because with Dinosaur Island, you just draw from a bag and it's like, okay, I drew 15 yellows. I got 15 points, and I'll just slot them in, and okay, that's 8 points, and all right, moving on. Here, it just feels, it is a lot more involved, so it kind of depends on if you want a more complex game, even though I wouldn't really say this game is any more complex. But you want a more involved game. Your Jeep placement matters. It's not like you just do a whole blanket of whatever's in your park, it all goes off. I personally do enjoy that. Now, the boredom part, that is fiddly as fuck.
Yeah.
And should have been done better, either with dice. Because when you're looking at it, because I was sitting here and I was like, oh, there's not that many ones. And then I realized, oh, you only ever need 4 of a number because you can only ever visit 4 locations at max. But it's just kind of like, it's so fiddly. And sometimes if you forget to increase it, or it's like, wait, does it increase now, or when does it increase? It's like, well, first you get your excitement, and then you update the number. It would have been just so much easier to give everyone little dice.
Yeah. Well, and you know, in comparing the two games again, I still, even though this is not difficult at all, I still like the teaching approach that the first game, that Island does, being able to teach each separate phase. You know, this one wasn't hard by any means, but I could see this being a, you know, if nobody's played Dinosaur Island, or if you're just jumping down to sit down and they're not like super heavy gamers, this is going to, they're going to glossy eye a little bit.
Yeah, no, I do 100% agree. Like, the teaching aspect of Island just works better for teaching. But this is actually the game, my friend who didn't like the 4 segments of Dinosaur Island, he liked this one because it was just, but he was also, I mean, his favorite game that he plays every fucking month is TI. He plays these heavy games, so the teaching approach just feels a little more natural to a board game than like, okay, here's phase 1, and then here's phase 2. And then whenever you hand someone a million different player aids, the player aids are nice, but I'd rather just have one sheet.
Right.
Give me a sheet of a player aid for everyone. The only negative, and it's not even like that big of a negative, but something to be aware of, is, and this is the same issue in Dinosaur Island, was your threat to security. But in Dinosaur Island, you had a much more static level of your threat to security ratio. Here, it is, you can have a static threat increase, but it can also be extremely random. Because I guess your threat going up, your threat to security difference doesn't matter in terms of you consistently losing points. You get now death tokens. And what these death tokens do is they just kind of stay there, and at the end of the game, you take whoever has the least amount, and that person loses all of them, and then every other player removes as many as they removed, and then you see, based off a scale, how many victory points you have. In a 2-player game, if one person just does not gain threat, or any death tokens, it's a swing.
Yeah, because you were way ahead of me, and then you lost 24 points.
Yeah,
on that,
and there's literally nothing I can do about that.
Right.
So that is annoying, because again, it's not for you lack of gaining threat. It's that you literally just rolled a red die, and it's like, oh blank, and then I go with a green die, so it's like, oh hey Stegosaurus, okay, and then do it again, and it's like but now it's blank. But both times the death tray, it's like, okay, and there's no way to remove them. Like, where's my fucking PR guy? Where's my my lawyer area where I can be like, and this is where we settle all the lawsuits about all the child deaths that we had. Because I mean, for example, if those 2 rolled my way, that's a 6-point swing.
Right.
So, and I worked my ass off to even out my threat. Like, I totally understand going to the Raptor Culinary Experience, because I'm getting 5 points every time I go there in the cost of a threat. I didn't get the security until way late, where it was probably too late. I fully accept all that. My issue isn't necessarily with any of that. It's with the dice. Because, and I would fully, if it was like each location, hey, you're going to a Gigantosaurus exhibit, there's 3 of them, roll that 3 times. If it came up blank each time, well, that's just the way it is.
Right.
But if I go to my T-Rex and then it's like 2, 2, 2, okay. Or even you go to your Gigantosaurus, it's blank. I go to my T-Rex and it's blank, lucky. But it could be a 2 and it's like, that's 6 points I'm losing.
At least you got the objective.
Yeah, that was 7 points. Wish I could have done it again. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
it's like, I like the static nature of, like...
You just lost victory points per threat you couldn't
per
cover
threat. And in a, yeah. And in a 2-player game, it's even worse because, like, chances are in, you know, if we had a 3rd person or a 4th person, chances are they're going to get some fucking threat. So then, all that, like, if, you know, 3rd person had 2, and you had 1, it's like, okay, you lose 1, everyone else loses 1. Cool. In this particular, I don't lose 3 points.
Right.
It could be kind of annoying when you look back on the whole experience. It's like, so it really was completely random on why I lost that many points. Or if there was a way to remove it. Why is there not like a... where
Have
is...
you looked at all the
I
special
have
deals
not.
to see if there is one?
I have not. Maybe it's in the expansion. In some of the packs. Oh, hey, you can do a T-Rex jet ski. You ride on a T-Rex and get on a jet ski. I really don't think there are
I just
any
didn't
ways
know.
to just remove threat. Resort would have been nice. You pay 10 coins to get 5 points. Because some of these are double
Okay, yeah.
in here. But, nope. No, in the base game, no base game way of removing threat. Because I never played this game at 2.
Right.
I've only ever played it, funny enough, at 4. And I guess the other pseudo-negative is this is a 4x6 table. 4 people playing this game.
Be a lot.
It's
of
insane.
space. Yeah.
It is such a stupid table hog. I mean, I guess I'd rather have massive tiles than really dinky ones. But yeah, to try and get 4 people to play this game, it's like everyone's like in the corner. Like, okay, here's the divide. Like, here's where my park is. The game ends quick enough that your tiles don't sprawl out too much, but it's a very busy one. Other than that, yeah, the threat, which is not even really like a hard negative, where it, like in Champions of Midgard with the shame tokens as a 2-player game, basically makes that game unplayable. Here, it's like, okay, well, that's kind of annoying that it is based off random dice. Hell, I don't even know why they made it to where, like, the red is still, like, 50-50 blank.
Yeah.
You know? It's like I almost would have preferred, like, yeah, green, they're herbivores, they're probably going to accidentally kill you, so the 2, 1 out of 3 chance is fine. Maybe have it, like, 2 blanks on the purple and then 1 blank on the red. So...
Well, then they'd probably be so much death that everybody would max out their scale.
Yeah! You have 3 Gigantosauruses in a fucking behind a chain link fence. Like, of course you're gonna fucking get some deaths. The movies they're all like everyone dies all the time. But yeah, other than that, I think that all the changes that they did make are kind of an improvement for the most part. What do you think about the excitement level resetting every single time? I guess that's kind of hand in hand with the boredom.
Well, because the excitement level gives you income,
yeah,
it makes sense to go back because you get.
The excitement level in the other one kind of gave you income because it was based off how many people you drew from a bag. So if my excitement level always stayed 10, that's pretty much on average 10 I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because I'm always drawing from out of a 70 to 10 bag.
Yeah, I think with it just being a 5-round game, I think, because like Dinosaur Island could go on forever. if you're playing the long game, and
Yeah.
it goes until the objectives are all met except for one.
Yep.
This one's a static 5 rounds,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't mind it that much because it's wanting you to, go to places that are
That
give
that
you stuff,
that
or
you haven't touched in a while.
right, or
It actually incentivizes you because it's kind of weird whenever you have the ones that give you static points, like the Raptor Culinary. It's like, oh, every time I go there, that's 5 points. But that's not getting me a bunch of excitement, which is not getting me a bunch of money anymore. Because it's like, really, it's like whenever you go to Silver Dollar City too much or the Ren Fair, you're like, I fucking hate this place.
yeah.
You guys want to go hit up? Oh, what's There's like whatever some generic restaurant is it's like, God, I don't want to eat there again. I hate this place.
I'm gonna go eat at the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, and I do like the boredom idea because it makes thematic sense. I just think the tokens themselves are fiddly.
Yeah.
So you're incentivized to go visit, and it's like, okay, you're wanting to build more raptors because you get immediate victory points anyway, or not raptors, dinosaurs, and then now, hey, there's 3 T-Rexes here. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 excitement. But then they also kind of limit you on where you can place the dinosaurs because you can't have them back to back.
Yeah.
Which I think was also a thematic element because you never really see at a zoo.
Right.
Like, here's the cheetahs and... Oh, well, there were goats here, but I guess... Oh, there they are. They're in the cheetah exhibit.
There's a big pile of shit. There's some hooves. Some horns.
Yeah, we have to buy more goats. The cheetahs keep killing them. I think they did a really good job at capturing a lot more thematic atmosphere than in a natural gameplay sense than the idea of like what Dinosaur Island brought. And then they have the expansion packs, which throws in the Ice Age. So they have, of course, new tiles. I can't remember. I think I've played with the water pack before. That adds an algae, so you have to clean. Like, I think the algae... What does the algae do? It... you have to make an algae roll, and then... It reduces excitement.
Gotcha.
For your algae. But then, so that adds in the aquatic ones, and then the Ice Age pack, and then the hybrid pack, where it's like a mix, where they count as like 2 different types.
Interesting.
So, and then that actually includes, there's a Jeeple tour where you have to where you roll a yellow die, and then the Ice Age adds another die as well. So I haven't played. I'm pretty sure I've played with the water pack before, but I don't think I've played with the other ones. I actually kind of like these a little bit, where it's like, oh, let's throw in the Ice Age. It's just a little small addition, not gonna overload it, but it might show up. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give in Dinosaur World? And do you like it better or worse than Island? Or the same?
I was kind of messing around with what I was going to give this. And what I came down to was there's a nut, like, the things that Dinosaur Island has that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's several things in this that I like better than that.
Yeah.
They're both different enough that you can have both of them.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I didn't do it either, because I was like, if it's pretty much just going to be pretty similar to that. Mm-hmm. They got enough changes.
Yeah, because I remember when this came out, they were both in my top 100.
Right.
And then I think I eventually merged them.
Right.
Like the following year, I was like, oh, okay, they're kind of pretty much the same. And then I think last year, or maybe the year, they've kind of fallen off because I hadn't touched them in so long.
So I gave Dinosaur Island an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to give this an 8 also.
Yeah.
Just because there's enough things that it changes and makes better.
Yeah.
But there's some things I still like Dinosaur Island better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're pretty much equals. I think.
It is a weird kind of situation that they did because, like you just said, there's positives and negatives to each, and it's kind of what kind of game are you looking to jump into. And if you own Dinosaur Island and you've kind of always eyed World, it's like, well, is it worth owning it? If you don't own either, which one do you get? Because most people it's kind of like Dinosaur Island came first, so therefore it's better. Well, that's not always true. There's many instances of, hey, you were the first to do it, great on you. Like Seventh Continent.
Yeah.
Hey, you were first to do it, great on you. Every other game that's done that map system has always done it better.
Right.
So, but this is from the same company. And it's not like a mechanism, so it's like, man, why did you make 2 dinosaur
I think it just depends on your play group, which one you go.
Yeah.
Like if they're earlier gamers, like ones that don't like the heaviness as much, then Island's probably better because it's easier to teach.
Yeah.
And stuff. I mean, once you get the hang of this isn't any more difficult. You know?
Yeah.
It's just, I think the teach is what it comes down to, and what style of group you are.
Yeah.
If they get overwhelmed easily, Dinosaur Island's easier because they can take it a piece at a time.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think I remember my ex-wife, when we played this, I made the comment too in that review of like, well, this one felt extremely natural to jump into, and she was like, well, you've played Island. So things are just gonna, thing that would confuse people on security and threat and DNA and all that, that would be like, I don't know what this is.
Right.
Makes sense because it made sense in Island.
Mm-hmm.
Not giving her any credit though.
So I'd call them equal. You know, like for different reasons, but I think they're both
God,
rates.
it's just so bizarre because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm giving Dinosaur Island a 9, and that's what I gave it last time. Funny enough, and this kind of from playing them back to back because I was living off the 10 that I gave Dinosaur Island, which I bumped it down to an 8. Here I'm like, I think it does enough without. It does more without making it like, oh, God, this is such an ordeal. And also, it's kind of at that point where it's a little easier to set up. I mean, I have a wooden insert that I'm going to replace with a 3D insert, but it's in a box.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's right on the shelf. I know I can get it. I mean, even though I got this out an equal amount of time as Dinosaur Island in the wooden crate, which was never, I think it captures a lot more of the feel and the theme that I'm kind of wanting. So then I come conflicted of like, well, I do still really like Island, and they're doing a revamped version, so do I even bother, or do I just stick to this one? But you're right, they're different. Mm-hmm. It's not like this is a better Island.
Right. They're different games, totally.
You know what? You know who really gets credit? Oh, this has Brian Lewis on it, the principal from American Dad. But I don't know who the other two are.
So what's his name didn't have a foot in this one.
But who really deserves credit, it's not Brian Lewis, even though he was involved in both. He actually probably does deserve credit. Is they found some way to capitalize on the dinosaur theme park theme and not make either of them obsolete.
Right.
Like, that's actually incredibly impressive, because you can only say, own both. And they're like, yes, own both. You fucking idiot. Buy both of our games, because they're so radically different from one another, yet so, like, the same. Mm-hmm. Even though I can't pinpoint to, well, this game does this better than the other one.
Right.
They're
Just
different.
with the same theme.
Yeah.
You know? It's
From the same company.
Right.
And I guess the same designer. At least one of the same designers.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. I fully expected to revisit this, 4 years later and be like, yeah, it kind of doesn't work. I think Island's better, and now it's like, shocker. This one is slightly better by a point.
By a point?
You got a 9.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not talking about the point you won by.
I thought you were talking about Island a 9, because I forgot you gave it an 8.
Yep, Island got an 8.
Yeah, gotcha.
And this one got a 9.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see in like 5 years whenever they do a revamped Dinosaur World and it's magnetized.
Isn't it coming in that Kickstarter?
Dinosaur Island? No, Dinosaur Island's just getting the revamp.
I thought it was both of them. I thought you'd get both of them together.
It's I think that's the Totally Liquid expansion.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it is both, then cool.
I thought it was both of them put together.
Maybe it is. I might not know. I thought it was just both.
It was like $150 for 2 games.
I could have sworn that was just the base and the expansion. Yeah. I don't know. If it is both, then great. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So So yeah, no definitive answer on which one you should get. Which one is better? Although I think a lot of people would probably just tell you Island's better. But I mean, if you care at all about BGG rankings, Dinosaur Island has a 7.5 and World has a 7.3. So they're pretty much they're pretty much the exact same. Now, I guess the biggest difference between that is World has 4.3 thousand rankings and Island has 17,000 rankings. So the overall average are gonna give Island a better score.
Yeah, for sure.
But the 17,000 is also, it's an older game and most people aren't updating their rankings. Again, that's if you care about BGG rankings at all.
Right.
You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All
think
right.
That takes care of everything that I was thinking of.
Sweet. Well, that is it, everyone. That's our thoughts on Dinosaur World. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.